ever think, and realize that all of your life is in your hands right now? Whatever you do right now will affect the rest of your life. One small thing could take your life and put it in a completely different direction. Anyone else realize that? Or is it just me? I just want to tell stories. I have all the motivation in the world. Like, I want to right now. Like, literally, my camera's recording right now as I'm walking out towards you.
Alright, breakfast time.
But, like, I don't know, just there's so much involved, and I don't know, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I want to be creative. I don't want to do this. I just want to make something.
I know, I want to make something too, but
And
like...
not an essay for slow cinema. I don't want to do that. The past couple of years, I haven't like fully expressed my emotions and how I'm feeling and everything, and it's just been like building up and just taking over my mind. I saw this quote the other day. It said, "When you grow to the point where you don't want to be associated with who you used to be, that's how you know you've grown." Looking back on it, I'm not the most proud of it.
I know you're in, can you say anything about your vlogging? Because, I mean, you're known for that, right? So how does that feel? Or how do you deal with, I mean, that's kind of a cool thing, or is it a challenge, or?
It's cool, it's a challenge, but it's not what I want to be known for.
Michael Musillo.
I was born in Newton, Massachusetts. So we're with Zan and Enzo.
For me, I look back and I think high school. High school is the key for me. Going back on my filmmaking, I've gone through a weird path with it, because I started out making these stop motion NASCAR videos in my living room in the studio of my guest bedroom, and just sitting there taking cars picture by picture and using my school laptop to edit, which was funny because I started in iMovie. And then as I progressed, I found vlogging, which if you ask anyone in my high school at the time, they know that I promoted it heavily and I made a fool of myself. Looking back on it, I'm not the most proud of it. Because I would draw so much attention to myself, unnecessary amounts of attention. I would be on the school news and be like, "Oh, check out my vlogs." I'd be like, what the hell am I doing with myself? So looking back on everything I did as a kid in high school, there are things I'm really proud of. Yeah, there are people I'm glad I really met and glad that I got myself involved in, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that I would have changed. But then again, if I changed those things, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have now. I would not have made the discovery that I want to be a filmmaker like I have now. So when you look back, at those videos, you see a kid who's very energetic, kind of self-centered, and thinking about that, looking back and being like, okay, none of those things apply to me now. So looking back on that, it's clear to me that the person I was in high school, nowhere near the person I am now. Whenever I'd hear like, oh, in high school you were such a great kid, I'm like, yeah, no. In high school, I was a self-centered YouTube video filming, attention-seeking asshole. That's what I felt like. Looking back, that's what I feel like I was. I know people are gonna disagree with that, but at the same time, it's like, if you think about it, put everything together. I made YouTube videos for attention, to get people to like me. I did it for views. I did it. If you weren't on this social media platform, you weren't cool. If you weren't, like, I remember I got a Snapchat just because everyone else was getting it. Like, I didn't care. I was like, you know what, I'll make a Snapchat, whatever. See, now, if you don't have Snapchat, you're not considered cool. And, like, it was towards the end of high school is when I transferred to making videos because they were fun. At the beginning, I made videos because I was trying to gain popularity. So that's why I don't like myself when I think about myself in high school. Graduating, not even. Junior year of high school to graduating high school, I felt like a completely different person. Like, I downgraded the level at which my attention was pointed at myself. And I think that was a good thing for myself because that made me go into college not confident, which automatically made me want to learn more. It made me want to figure things out and not act like I knew everything from the get-go. So, and then when I got to college, I wasn't like, this is exactly what I'm going to do with my life. I had no clue what the hell I was going to do with my life. Like, I was like, okay, I'm in film. What now? So, I was so unprepared for the future. And then going into freshman year, the friends that I made, the friends that I had, that helped me in a way because I saw what other people wanted to do and I was like, oh, okay. Christy wants to be director, Dylan wants to be a writer, and these people want to do this. It was kind of nice to see that other people knew what they wanted to do, because at the same time, I was able to see, okay, so first off, I have these people that I can work with, first off, like, I potentially, like, work with in the future. But no, and then, like, we move up to sophomore year, I had this, like, group of friends, and that's just when everything felt like it changed for me, because that's when I realized, okay, I want to go into nonfiction film, okay, and then I started watching more documentaries, I started watching more docuseries and stuff, and I was just so into it. I was so into the telling of people's stories and expressing them through filmmaking, and that's also when I got into photography as well, which expanded on that, like showing real life with a still image. That is a good way of making things known to people. I mean, obviously sophomore year is a tough year for me in college, so I think that photography was really a big escape for me. Some people couldn't tell. I had just gotten out of drama with friends. There were consistently people relying on me to take care of and be involved in their problems. It wasn't good for me. During that year, I also cut ties with 3 friends, which then resulted in this video. This is mostly concerning my college friends and ex-friends. That's where I've been for the past 2 years. It's basically made me go through all of this, which then over the summer caused more of an issue. People threatened me because I was telling my story. It broke my heart. I'm always the one who's got the information to make everyone's lives go to shit. I was always the middleman. I would have two people venting to me about the other person. I'd have both sides of the story and nothing to do with it. Nowhere to go, because I no longer was keeping secrets. I was the secret. Which is why I physically shut down when I get anxious or mad, because I don't want to make people be the secret. I don't want people to be like I was. I literally fell into another place when that happened. And then going to junior year, which is now, I had low expectations. It was already 2020, so my expectations were like here when they probably should have been like here. So my expectations were here, and then like through the fall semester, they like it slightly went up. So then going to spring semester, they were like here, which is around where they should have been, and now they're here. Because it's been such a weird year, because we still have the pandemic happening. We still have, we've classes that are half online, half in person. We have online classes, we have in-person classes, we have the world around us falling apart. We have to get tested for COVID twice a week. We have the normal amounts of homework, maybe even more amounts of homework that people are giving us every single week. And it's nerve-wracking. Let's not do this. Let's get this out of the way. That better have been in frame.
No, it wasn't.
Damn it!
You only
Okay.
see, like...
Okay, going forward, I want to be able to make non-fiction films. I want to be able to make non-fiction films and incorporate that with my photography in some way. So whether that photography be my actually being cinematographer and editing stuff, almost the same thing. So my photography is going to contribute in a positive way to that. My thing is, I want to tell people stories. I want to tell the non-fiction stories. I want to make docu-series with my fucking life. So that's where we are. We'll see how it goes.